Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about concerns of great power conflicts, Kentucky and ties. So we recently talked about Kentucky getting some new industry, green industry. They're going to make batteries for greener energy. Cool. Now, news is broken about another new industry moving into Kentucky, and it's one the U.S. hasn't had in decades. It raised a lot of eyebrows and questions because of the reasons given by some commentators for the Army bringing this kind of production back to the U.S. for the first time since 1986. In Graham, Kentucky, a contract was awarded for a more than $400 million facility to produce TNT. For decades, the U.S. sourced that from overseas. Here's one of the questions. Belle, with the new plant going into Kentucky, a lot of people are saying that the U.S. is getting ready for World War III. Bo and almost every serious foreign policy person will candidly say that great power conflicts don't happen anymore and haven't since World War II. I'm just wondering if something has changed. First, they don't say they can't happen anymore. They say it takes two great powers making a mistake at the same time. The one thing that all of them say that drives me up a wall is, since the end of World War II. But they don't explain why. It wasn't World War II that caused the shift. It was the development of nuclear weapons. When that happened, each great power that obtained a nuke tied their national security to international security. Because of the threat of a global exchange, everybody is at risk and it helps keep the peace. That's why there hasn't been a great power war since World War II. The dynamic is reflected in news coverage too. Last year, there were 50-something armed conflicts around the world. How many get coverage? They all involve a nuclear power, right? The risk of a great power war is the same as it has been for the last 60 years or so. Still need two mistakes. So, why are they putting that plant in Kentucky? Standard supply chain security, and they want the ability to churn out 155 shells, which are the artillery shells being heavily used in Ukraine. But it's not just commentators saying that it's for a great power conflict or World War III. You have some defense people saying that as well. Not that there's going to be one, but to be prepared for one. Remember that even though there hasn't been a great power conflict since the 40s, great powers still spend massive amounts on being ready for one. That hasn't changed, and it's nothing new. Think about the Cold War and the arms races. When it comes to the idea of World War III, people use the term for cliques most times. A world war is a war fought by most or all of the world's great powers across multiple theaters. NATO and Russia go toe-to-toe in Ukraine, not a world war. It becomes one if the Australians hit Russia's Pacific Fleet or China jumps in. We've got years of sensationalism coming our way. We've got to start to really be ready to overlook it. Kentucky getting this plant is about simple supply chain security and economics, not plans for a great power war. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.